Welcome to the Refractor Line, live every Monday and Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern.
Pull the big one!
The Refractor Line, going live now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You got Matt here with me. You got Doug in the back cave. Doug, what's up?
What's going on, guys? Can I just say this though quickly about like quarantining myself gear? This is like a Gap, like fleece, whatever the hell, it's like sweatshirt thing. The Snuggie people might have a lawsuit against them because it's literally a Snuggie with sleeves and like flannel colors.
I've seen like 8 different iterations of that same thing, where it's like like an oversized sweatshirt.
Yeah,
you don't have to wear pants.
You look comfortable. I'm just saying, what you look to me.
Yeah, you look great. You look dynamite.
Oh no, I got to tell you, when you're just, it's just you locking yourself down for a minute. You just wear this all day.
Are you pumped about Paul Bunyan? Is that why you dressed like him? I mean, is that, you got the lumberjack?
Very excited about the Wilderness Paul Bunyan to complete my Babe the Blue Ox set.
I'm wearing the flannel too,
course,
so who am I talking?
I'm not.
Exactly. Jay, what's up? 007, what's up? Unprofessional, welcome. Always ready for the 3-minute intro. Yeah, enjoy the banger distinct. Yeah, exactly. Rock out. Michael, what's up? Bert, welcome.
MetaZoo, welcome. Is that a reference to Ghostbusters, by the way, Zool? Because if it is, you might just be my best friend now.
Mark, take me to Mars. We could talk Mars. AKP, welcome. Steve, intro always gets you hyped. Yeah, us too, dude. We leave the camera on.
I come here just for the intro.
You can see our heads banging a little bit while we're just rocking out because I forget to turn the cameras off. That's how I roll. I'm customer service too, so you got a complaint, send it this way. I'll tell you what I think about it.
Factually correct.
Only Fantasy Cards, what's up? Stop Games, what's up? MetaZoo. And Hamwich, welcome. Monday. Hey, we made it through Monday pretty much. I mean, Monday.
Today sucked for me. I mean, you didn't have to drive to York. You work from home today.
Yeah, I work from home.
It sucked today. It was bad. It was bad news in the snow.
Yeah, a lot of snow out here in the Chicagoland, but you know what? It is wintertime, so get used to it. It's one of those things you learn how to drive in it after a little bit. You're just kind of cruising around, and you're just sliding. And you slide into your driveway on purpose after a while. It gets a little fun.
You just want to see how
far it's very, very Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift looking, just right around the corner.
Yeah, it's a thing about where you live where it snows, and this is all, everyone, when you turn 16, your parents take you out to a parking lot when it snows, and you just do donuts, and you just kind of learn.
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that when you were a kid?
I should have had your parents.
You try to get yourself.
You go to a big parking lot when it snows, and you just kind of spin the car out just so you kind of feel it, and I don't think they do that in, southern states where it doesn't snow. They don't just show you how to do donuts.
You go down to the south and it rains or snows, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Morning,
I've heard
Danny.
that they just shut down when there's a little bit of snow or ice. The South is like, nope, we're not doing it this week. We're just shutting the week down.
No, how about those football games? Yeah, absolutely. We were watching them. Matt, you cashed out your Bills bet early.
Well, I'm glad I did.
Matt had a Bills bet, and he cashed it out, right before the field goal? Right?
Well, the ball was in midair. Because it's a 2-button, you press once to cash out, and then they make you press it again to confirm. So I pressed it once, and I watched the kick, and as I saw it kind of going towards the uprights, I pressed it right before they kind of canceled the option.
Wow.
So I was fortunate. I doubled my money instead of quadrupling it.
All right.
Yeah.
Michael's got the big winner here, though. 300-plus days of sunshine a year.
Yeah, okay, yeah, on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. That's where we're all coming. I mean, hey, we know there's not that many people in Australia. You just wait. We're all showing up one day.
We're going to go see Michael and Danny in Australia, and then we're going to keep going. All the way across the globe until we're back in California.
Oh,
that 24-hour flight, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll stop in Hawaii. I'll stop off there. We'll see how it goes. Welcome to the Discord, MetaZoo. Welcome. Doug, so let's start it off. We want to start off with the reserve list, or you want to start off with
man.
Walmart? What do you want to talk about?
The Walmart. So has anybody seen these things in Walmart? I don't want to say anything. I haven't seen them, and I haven't seen any pictures of them out in the wild, so I don't know what's going on. Hey, like you said, Mark, it's Walmart, man. They could have the option to put them out starting today. It might just be one of those things that just comes out when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the inventory roll through, and it just might take a while. And it just, the way the supply chain is right now in America, guys, if you've been to the supermarket, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Things are just kind of out of whack, So it's just kind of, this might be part of that. So I don't know. It could be a shipment that just caught up. Some stores might have it, some might not. It just might be your location. But I think just give it time. I wouldn't worry about it being a week late. It's part of the process. I mean, if you expect everything to be perfect in the environment we have now,
that's not going to happen.
Holy shit, dude. You're going to get some Prozac or something. You're going to be out of your mind, man.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, just chill out. Yeah. Like, it's not going to be perfect. So.
Right. So I'm thinking...
I think it's not careless. Maybe it's reckless to expect all hard deadlines to be met. There are no hard deadlines.
It's a careless whisper, and you just play the saxophone song.
Well, George Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
And they hit the saxophone, and then everyone chills out a little bit. So, do you know what they're selling in Walmart? Because that's what I was hoping to see was the display and exactly what.
There's a picture that he posted, I think, in the Discord. That's a weird, second edition box. I couldn't really see what all was on it because it was kind of pixelated, but it's some sort of second edition stuff, it looks like. And promos, they get their special promos because they're Walmart and stuff. So it's cool. I don't know where the hell it is, Mark. I don't think that it's bugging me right now because I think it's going to be so mass produced. I don't really even care. I mean, it's fine for growing the game. I don't care about it. What I'm caring about is this reserved list, Mark. And I think there's some buys on here. And like I said, I'm not a big, and Matt, you'll agree with me here. I'm not a big buyer of MetaZoo things right now. Never really, outside of the artifacts, that I love from the beginning, I was never a big buyer. But some of these I'm thinking, gosh, you can still get in pretty cheap on a lot of this reserve list. And if this game takes off, if you have some of these first set, Crypto Nation, first edition, reserve set cards, you're in business, man.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think...
Quickly, you want to just read what the reserve list is so people know at home?
Yeah. Oh, they can't see it?
Yeah, well, there you go. The following cards will never be reprinted in a functionally identical form. So this is the only way it'll be this card. So that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Okay. From Cryptid Nation, Black Hole Shard, Blood Ruby, Forest God's Amber, Earth's Core, Unending Fire Crystal, Eternal Snowflake, Holy Gem, Lightning Glass, Medium's Third Eye, Mermaid Scales, Chaos Crystal, and Mothman.
Yeah, we don't have to read. Yeah, no, we don't have to read through them all.
So,
I was just gonna say,
I didn't know if you wanted me to read.
Oh no, I was just gonna say what the reserved list was. Is what I was.
Well, right.
Explain what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, the reserve list basically they're not going to. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not going to reprint these characters in any other cards going forward. These characters are basically being retired.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
They're being
in this
the character
form.
might come back, but the form would be gone.
Yeah.
So these cards are exactly what you guys said. Yeah, they're retired in their form, right? So the art and the functionality combined on the same card with the name, never going to happen again, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes these crazy. Like, there are, just as we're going to go through this list, and I think we should kind of touch on each card just so people, can maybe hear our opinions on, like, buy, don't buy, that type of stuff. Like, it's all artifacts, right? The very first set, it's all artifacts, and I think you guys said Mothman was on there as well. I see him at the bottom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a curious one for me. The last reprint will be in
Revive promos.
Okay.
Which I'm not quite sure what Revive promos are, but there'll be some sort of reprint in Revive promos. But I like,
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, gang. Like, just going through that list right there off the bat,
easy to read.
There's a lot of affordable versions of these cards, like right now.
Yeah.
And if we want to talk about finding rarer versions of the cards that aren't just the reverse, aren't just the full hollow, there's the non-hollow version of a lot of these artifacts in the tribal theme decks.
Yeah, Doug, great point. Now I'll hold one up real quick, and here's one from the tribal theme deck, and here's the Blood Ruby, and it's a non-hollow, and it's a it's a beautiful card, and now it's not going to be reprinted, so you can get the non-hollow version, and it's only in the theme decks. It's the only place you could find those, and it has a little symbol at the bottom.
Yeah, to show you what theme deck it came in. So that signifies the theme deck.
So that makes it even more rare. So something to think about.
So here's where it starts to get a little bit, okay, now let's start thinking about these cards, and let's start thinking about trying to gain an advantage and game the system a little bit. Mark right there, those non-hollows. I haven't checked today, but when I was checking yesterday, you can get the non-hollows still for less than the full hollows. And in my opinion, these non-hollows are going to be more rare. There are a shit ton more sealed theme decks out there, than there are, let's say, opened. What's the word about open first edition? Right? So there's
packs in general,
booster packs in general, right? So you're going to have more full hollow, reverse hollows out in the wild just by nature of the beast.
Yeah.
And these, regardless of print run, are going to be more rare. And because they're only available, so each individual theme deck gets one of these artifacts other than the Chaos Crystal. That's in each one.
This is part of the pre-built deck.
Right. So each theme deck gets one artifact. One. All right, so I think it is the Blood Ruby. I think it's obviously the Frost, because the
it's one of
Iceman.
each of these. Oh well, no, it's not.
It's not one of each. No,
it's
Pukwudgie gets the Amber. Dingbell gets, I think, the lightning.
Earth
and I think
Core goes to the Matlocks thing, right? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
All right, that's right.
Wait, who did you say?
Minnesota Alpha Iceman gets the
Frost. The ice snow.
Okay. So what matches up right below these spots?
Right. So that's the thing. So again, Mark, why don't you look up what's a non-hollow Blood Ruby going for right now?
And I'm just looking at the one I have in my hand. Those Blood Rubies were in the middle of the stack, so they never were at the top or the bottom. So they were always kind of protected.
Oh fuck, $32. That's pretty damn.
Kickstarter, but this is is there a better way to search for this theme deck?
What did you just say?
You made us have to search and kind of comb through the results for anything that's non-hollow. I don't know how you do that.
Usually typing non-hollow is how I do it.
I don't know.
You do it non-hollow?
Yeah, I just do Blood Ruby non-hollow.
Yeah. That's the only
well, how about active? What's active right now? Is there any available for... did you spell Blood Ruby weird? What are you doing here?
Blood Ruby, no. MetaZoo, right? Am I doing anything wrong here? No, this is it.
That's it.
No matches found. No, you did something weird. Maybe there's no non-hollows. Maybe
you
that's
put a hyphen in non-hollow. Maybe that's it. I don't know if that would actually keep anything in any results.
Just do Blood Ruby. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying. You made us have to comb through and find which one.
Watching Mark search eBay, I think, is going to be the highlight of the show for me today. I'm really looking forward to it.
Here's one from Germany. Or no, it's a hollow, right?
Yeah.
Maybe people aren't selling this because they don't know it's worth something because it's in their theme deck. They're just they don't know it's rare.
Well, yeah, and Mark, the thing that people keep theme decks sealed. There are a lot of sealed theme decks out there. People just kept them. They bought them and just kept them. I bought 15 of them. I ripped them all open and started selling piecemeal, and I did fine. And I have a few left over. This is the thing. These are kind of the rarity that I'm looking for, right? Weird things that people don't know about yet. This is the rarity you want to jump on when you have a chance to. So it's these non-hollows. Look around. If you see some non-hollows pop up, might be worth it to buy them. Just, for the simple fact, look, there are less of them out there, and now second edition's trickling in and that type of stuff. So first edition non-hollow. I mean, it's
what's actually funny about this is we know that these are limited to print run of 500, right? Mm-hmm. The value of these would be so much.
No, is it 500?
No. I think there's.
Or is it?
I think there's a shit ton of them. There's like 25. There's.
Yeah,
I think
we were
there's
doing
like
the math. It's not
12,000.
500.
I thought it was
I don't know.
equal to the booster box or something like that in a weird like.
No, all right. So there's like 12. Was it 12,500 total print run of these things? Like each one was 12,500.
So 2,500 a piece or 12,500 of each.
I think it's 2,500 a piece.
Okay.
Kickstarter was
that
500.
makes-
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
5,000 of each Steam Deck. Okay.
5,000.
So 25,000.
Okay.
So 5,000. Okay.
We
so
know
not
these are numbered to
12,500.
5,000. If these cards had been numbered, like sequentially numbered to that, I
Right.
think people would then like be more aware of their rarity. But as opposed to like,
Right.
I don't think they're thinking outside the box or exponentially in that way. But if they were have actually been physically numbered, then they'd be like, oh, these actually are rare. They would actually start thinking about how rare they are. But I think that's just kind of like how trading card games work, is that none of the stuff is really numbered. So you don't think about how rare it is until you do the backwards math.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Absolutely.
just a quick question from Troy, if you guys see that. He's asking if you said, do you take them out of their cellophane? So I do.
Yeah.
I don't know that they'll take it out for you.
I
know
they
they grade some shit in clear, and I know they've graded Yu-Gi-Oh cards in clear.
Do you wanna go
The cellophane
to the
still.
back?
I wouldn't do that. I'd cut it out and get them graded. And don't send them the wrap. I mean, they don't want the
Yeah,
wrapper. They
if
don't
you
care.
send it to them in the wrapper,
It looks
they
like this.
they may. I think what they'll say is they will remove it, but if they damage the card, that's on you, because you're putting the onus on them to get the card out.
Yeah, they'll grade the plastic. But that's more expensive. So that moves into pack grading, and they'll charge you more money for it for no
they're
reason.
not grading the card; they're grading the condition. of
Yeah,
plastic.
the wrap. I would take it out. There's no
Yeah.
reason to leave
It's
it
a
in.
great condition Hopkinsville Goblin.
What I would do is,
I'd send that one
I would look as closely as you can as to the condition of the card inside the wrap, and if you feel confident, then just cut it across the top,
At the top. Mhm.
and put it in a penny
Absolutely.
sleeve and top loader.
Mm-hmm.
But I would never send in the sealed card personally. That's just not something that interests me.
And use some nice scissors. There's some, some cloth scissors or some grooming scissors that are nice. So use those.
Yeah.
And what's up, Hutch? Welcome. Anything else going on? Doug, so going through this, do we want to say more about the just the aura effects and why they're getting rid of them, guys? Is what they do is they generate 2 aura of the same type. So in Nightfall, they got rid of it. It's 1 aura of the type of the card and another aura of another type. So you're not stacking 2 of the same aura and kind of continually like just pounding the shit out of people. So it spread it out, and they're trying to push people, I think, to make 2 different types of cards in your deck, and that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So, Doug, anything else? Yeah, you want to say about that sort of stuff?
Well, no, Mark, I think that's great. That's a great point. It's like, look, they're taking these out of the game for a reason, or they're not reprinting them for a reason. So they're going to be tough finds anyway. I just think, just quickly from that top list, Mark, the Mothman's maybe kind of the big one, just for me to put a little asterisk next to, where it's like, okay, so they're making this a rare card now, sort of like they're just going to be kind of done with this version of the Mothman at second edition. So I'm thinking that's going to help the second edition price go up. It's not like it had a problem with value for first edition or Kickstarter. I'm thinking the second edition is going to get a little bump from this because people are going to want to roll with this card. And your best bet's buying a second edition that's still super reasonable, and it's going to go up. So, yeah, that's an interesting one to me. I didn't think the Mothman would make it to this list, but here we are.
And kind of going back to where Doug, you had brought up kind of just buying, this being a buying opportunity in general. Like, I think for a little while there, we're all in kind of like a holding pattern in terms of buying the stuff. Like, we went really heavy at times on Cryptid Nation because we saw that there was value there to buy stuff because it was not going for a ton. We obviously we plan on sending a lot of cards to PSA when that opens up. We've already sent some to CGC. But no, I think now is a time, depending on how prices go from here on out. I think it's always been a good buying opportunity for like the last month as prices began to dip a little bit. But I think a lot of it ties into like how confident you are in the game and like what your long-term prospects are for if you think it's going to last and succeed. Like, if you really like the game and you think it's going to do well, like, there's really no bad time to buy, I guess, unless stuff just gets ridiculously priced. But I would buy all this stuff if it's cheap enough. Like, I think there's money to be made on it. I think there's value.
Right? Yeah. I mean, look, if anything's cheap enough, there's going to be money to be made somehow, right? As long as the game still exists in one form or the other. And it seems like it's doing fine. MetaZoo's selling out their allotments to at least their distributor, who's moving them out to game stores or whatever. That's a good thing. Some of these side projects might not be doing as well. Whatever, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bug me. Whatever. I don't care about T-shirts. I think the beauty of this list is, gang, we're going to find out come Wilderness what the feel is for main sets again, right? Second edition's doing whatever second edition does, just kind of floating out there. It's fine. That's kind of what we expected. Maybe expected a little bit of a heat up now once it starts hitting shelves in Walmart. But the main point of it all is, look, if you're believing in Walmart giving you a bump, the bump coupled with this reserve list should be pretty nice for you. So now buy as soon as you can, or the time to buy is when you see it. Under $20 is probably still a steal for any of these cards right now, first edition on the reserve list. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm in a buying mode for that if it was me. Like I said, I have over 150 Aurifacts from first edition that I bought, and I have the complete set of Kickstarter Aurifacts. I just feel like you were saying, Matt, there's always a time to buy as long as the price is right and you believe in the game.
And that was smart of you to buy too. When we were playing early on and we saw them change it in Nightfall, everyone kind of knew the power of these were out of whack. So how are you gonna change one side or the other?
Put it into perspective,
that was just
Mark.
kind of a smart idea, thinking this will eventually happen.
Right. Well, pretend it's a Magic the Gathering set. Pretend it's old Magic the Gathering stuff. Like, a lot of stuff from that Alpha or all those other sets that were reprinted with Alpha, up to Unlimited or Revised or whatever the hell. Like, put that into perspective. These cards were reprinted, but then they stopped. And the game kept going, and the cards kept growing because of how powerful they were. It's going to be the same deal here. Like, that Chaos Crystal is something to pay attention to. On one of our early shows, we talked about how that Chaos Crystal could end up being like your Black Lotus. You pay attention to that card. There's a lot of it out there, but pay attention to it. It's not as rare, yeah, but it's powerful. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing. This is going to be the combination. This list, at least, is a great combination of utility for the game mixed with value for the investor, right? That's what we're looking for. Things that have utility that's being taken out of the game. So these are things to invest in. We always talked about following the utility to some degree, and here it is. The list is right in front of us.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this, since the Cryptic guy asked this in our chat, and it got me thinking, like, do you guys like that there is a reserve list? I personally do. Oh, yeah. I like the idea of kind of not running the same characters, the same print style forever. I think this kind of creates not an artificial sense of rarity, but it gives people like this character is going to kind of go away. If I want to buy it, I'm going to buy it now. And a lot of people may have that same like mentality. So I think it naturally brings the price up on all these things.
And I think it's a necessity for gameplay, just because something gets out of whack and you or people are using it in a way you didn't anticipate, and you need to correct it. And instead of changing 500 cards in 3 sets, you're going to change this one card. It's just part. Yeah. I think it's going to be part of the natural flow of the game. You're just going to always continuously have to do this. And you think about like I'll relate it to video games. Like every month, every season, there's a patch. This person got nerfed. This person got, buffed. It happens left and right. So it's just part of this. So sometimes you get the short end of the stick. Sometimes you make out like Doug, buying these. What if they bought all these and they're like, yeah, we're going to reprint these left and right. Everyone's going to have them. We're just going to make sure they're crazy. Then Doug would be like, well, shit. I got a card that everyone has. Who cares?
Just quickly, if you guys go back and watch our old shows, briefly, one of the reasons I touched on liking these, not just because we noticed, and we did say that, we noticed when we played the game, these things were out of whack. You use them, you're getting all this ore, you can do whatever the hell you want. But also, this was the art on these I liked better than the art on Beasties. Like, the Beasties, to me, at times felt cartoonish and weird. These, I felt, maybe were more my style of art. So if I had to pick something to invest in, all things being equal, I just went with something that I liked as well. I was like, I like this stuff, so I went with it. Now, Mark, as we're going to slide down this chart, we're going to see the tribal theme decks and all the starter decks, promo holograms be there. And I think what we're going to kind of have to stop ourselves and decide is, are these cards from the Nightfall theme decks that are being thrown in there? Are they just being thrown in because they're throwing all theme decks in there? They're not really useful. They're not really anything. But there's a rarity being created for them. You know what I mean? Just because of this, there's this like, well, now there's all these sealed ones. You might want to send in to get graded because they're not being made again. Maybe somebody's going to get a hard on for, I don't know, name one of the theme deck guys, the Elder Matlocks.
Yeah, no, the Stinkini Owl. Well, they were the ones that got the worst distribution. So they were the ones I was waiting till mid-December till I got mine, and they got the short end of the stick, and no one kind of gave a crap about them. But there's a power-up red inside there. There's lots of good usable cards in there that people just kind of are ignoring because no one got them in time. So everyone kind of built their decks around these things. Now they're adding to them, and now everyone's moved on to second edition, and now it's just a Nightfall. It's a Nightfall deck. I don't know what to think about it. It's just there.
I'm shocked Power Up Red didn't make this list.
Yeah, me too.
I think if there's one card where I was like, okay, they're going to maybe pull this out. Now, again, dudes who got that card got a dope deck, and those who don't. But then again, this card was in all these freaking theme decks, or not all the theme decks, some of the theme decks for Nightfall, the Power Up Red, non-hollow. Again, that's when they should have been on this list. It wasn't. So does that hurt the value of Power of Red? In my mind, yeah, because that means there's going to be more of these coming down the pipe. So whatever. I mean, first edition stuff's valuable because it's first edition stuff. It's not getting a bump from this. And in fact, I would say it maybe is going to take a hit because this list feels like, I'll just wait. More coming. More Power of Reds on my way.
Yeah,
just something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind for that card. Something, that didn't make the list that I thought would have been.
And Power Up Red, I think because it's available in hollow and non-hollow, so it's kind of out there and people can put it in their deck. That makes me think that, it's just a little bit more it's powerful, but it's just a little more out there. So maybe they were kind of okay with it. But and you could only have one per deck and all that sort of stuff. So maybe it's just kind of lots of defenses. Watch my video on it, guys. There you go. The one card you need. I do a whole video on it. So there's all these defenses around it. I mean, you really can just kind of, fuck with someone if they put it down and you have the right cards. It's really not that big of a deal.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked by Power Bread. And that we'll touch on different things that are going to shock us as we're scrolling down this list, Mark. So let's get to the tribal deck promos. I didn't expect Dingbell Ringleader to come back. I didn't expect any of these guys to really make it.
They don't need to come back.
The Hopkinsville Goblin King. So that's a powerful little deck. You stack some shit. You have a good time with it. I'm wondering if these guys are all getting pulled because they're Orifacts that you kind of need to keep their army built and get things going with them are being pulled. So, they're not going to be as useful to you if you're just drawing one aura a turn. You know what I mean? You need the two auras to get him all of his little goblins so they could do all these team-up attacks. You know what I'm saying, Mark? You stack the attacks.
So exactly. So it's kind of, you're taking away the 1-2 punch or the meta of the game that was used over and over. You're not only taking away one part of it, you're taking away two parts. You're taking away both sides of it, so you can't replicate it some weird way some meta of the game because it fucked everything up. Because, what the thing was with the Hopkinsville Goblin guys, if you don't know, it's like you could put one down, and everyone you put down would stack either, I think, attack and life points. So you'd be like, have 6 down, they'd all be doing like 60 damage and all of like 100 hit points. So I mean, it was just all of this kind of like really annoying shit, and all of them for like 1 or 2 aura. So you're putting you're putting them down in the first or second round. So it's really annoying. So they got rid of the 1-2 punch of it. So
so those, I'm telling you, the first. So I'm looking at the Nightfall ones, Mark. I think they were just added to be added. I don't necessarily. Those don't strike me as like cards that are super dope, that are pulled out because of, other. I think they're just, kind of one of those throwaways. All the starter decks are probably going to see their promos thrown here.
Yeah.
But again, the first, so you're talking about the tribal decks. Those guys, the promos from the tribal decks, I like. I think those are going to be more valuable. And they are, they were always teetering on being, really valuable for being what they were, which was you got 2 per fucking deck. And they were still pretty valuable for that. And there were a bunch of them out there. I like those. I would go back. I would say get the tribal deck first edition, the Cryptid Nation ones. Nightfall ones you can do or do without.
What's really interesting, Doug? Now that you kind of mention it, you buy one of the first edition tribal decks, you're going to get 2 things that are on the reserve list automatically. Mm-hmm. You're going to get one of these in the pre-built deck, and you're going to get one of these. You're going to get 2 of those promos, right?
No, Mark, you're getting 2. You're getting 2. You're getting a Chaos Crystal. So you're going to get your.
So you're getting 2 of each. You're getting the Chaos Crystal, one of your Orifacts, and then you're getting 2 of the promos, right?
Mm-hmm. One in the sealed deck and one in the.
So you're getting
4 reserve lists for the tribal deck. That's still a great buy. The tribal decks are still great buys. I'm not saying that for the Nightfall ones. The Nightfall ones are kind of just. The red power bread wasn't added to the list. Nothing was added to the list that's really going to affect me.
Yeah.
Other than, like, I'm not like a Stinkini Owl man where I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Never doing that one again. Better buy up. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Michael in the chat saying Funko Digital Pop have 9 physical and counting. We're going to be talking about Funko Pops coming up
Stay
here
tuned,
later.
yeah.
And I'm just curious if we get throw out. Do you know what Nickelodeon is in Australia? Just let us know.
So they have to. Are you kidding me? Rocko's Modern Life exists, Mark.
Can I jump in real quick? Because some people were asking about how they think the reserve list is going to affect like the next generation of collectors and people that are starting to get into it and like them not being able to get their hands on some of these cards. I think that's what second edition is for, Cryptid Nation.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they've mass produced all of these. So those cards shouldn't be that hard to get. I mean,
well, this was done on purpose, Matt. I mean, they're hitting Walmart.
Oh, 100%.
The second edition stuff's hitting Walmart. Here's the list. Go buy some second edition packs.
Yes,
You want to yank
yes,
some of
they're
these
trying
cards.
to. I don't know if they're doing it inherently, but I think they're trying to encourage people. Like, this is the last time you're going to see some of these people in this way. Get them while you can, which shouldn't be a problem. There's enough of second edition for everybody.
So tribal decks, you just want to quick, like, make some money. Get the if you can afford a tribal theme deck, you find some at good prices for first edition. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying get into those. Although I will warn you, if you're buying them sealed to hold and then sell to somebody or hopefully get some nice cards out of that coin in those first edition ones just bangs around and knocks some cards out. So
can you grab the ding bell guy?
Oh yeah.
So here is if you buy one of the lightning decks, there's a good chance your ding bell ringleaders can be bent to shit, and it's just this happened more often in the lightning than the other decks, but it's been in all of them, so it's just part of the deal. What happens is it slides behind there's a rule book, there's a map, and there's a deck, and it slides under it and bends it, and it happens.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay, so moving on to secret rares, Doug. We don't have to worry about this because you have one of these.
You're fine.
You shouldn't be using.
you're fine anyway. You shouldn't be like,
release deck stuff, Doug. So we have the Swamp Priestess. Matt, do you want to read that? Guess
in Dietha? I don't know.
Yep, Doug Haven.
Cardiff Giant made it. Yes.
Cardiff Giant.
Oh, the Cardiff Giant. Oh, jeez.
That's all I pulled was
The Mocha
Cardiff Giants.
Vampire. I think we got a few of those in our Nightfall decks. Some people got the
I'm
Spider,
not, again, gang, I'm not in any way. Again, it's the Nightfall. You separate the Nightfall from the Cryptid Nation stuff. And the Cryptid Nation guys, you can maybe tell, they're adding everybody to it. So what would you prefer investing? Get the Cryptid Nation first edition. Don't get the Nightfall because like they're just being added because Cryptid Nation was. This is another one, Mark. It's like the one prior, except for the fact I don't think these are being cut off because their utility was tied to other cards that were on the reserve list. I think they're just being cut off because they're not throwing reserve list, or I'm sorry, theme deck, or what is it, event boxes, right? Release event box. They're not throwing those out every year. So you're just getting the one for the set. I don't know. I mean, to me, this is maybe buy them if you're interested in them. Like if this is one of those things you like, these, because there are some cool ones. Like, like I said, the Cardiff Giant's super dope. I know a guy who maybe has 4.
The Swamp Priestess, right?
Swamp Priestess. Yeah, Swamp Priestess is one, kind of risque art, and it's not being reprinted, Yeah. Like we kind of didn't think it would be. I don't think the Mocha Vampire. What Mocha Vampire? Let's see any.
No, there's the Mocha.
Spider Grandmother.
Yeah, all of the Nightfall, they threw them all in there for fun. Okay.
If they're cheap
pack,
though, like Matt said though.
Mothman too, and the Jersey Devil. That's one of each.
Well, but like Matt said though, there is a point where something's cheap enough for you to say, I might as well get it. It's reserved, right? I mean,
every single piece of every single collectible, there's money to be made on it at a certain price.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So.
And then, just other promos. Just moving on. First anniversary celebration. Father Sam, Loveland Mailman, the DeBruze ones. If you guys got a T-shirt, and then all the Rudy promos.
Did they? I mean, I feel like that's
probably up to Rudy,
self-explanatory that those would be.
Yeah.
But what about these? The holiday promos. Is that self-explanatory? Because it doesn't say 2021. It only says 2020.
Right.
And, New
It's
Year's
going to
New
be the same
Beginning,
thing
so
next
that's
year.
Interesting.
It's going to be the same thing next year. Oh, New Year's New Beginning. So that's one that I've noticed is heating up a little bit in the secondary market already. That's about a $20 card now. When it probably had dipped down to
$9,
got down
to like
$10
or $8 or something like that, I think.
You've doubled up if you had it. And like I said, in mine, I pulled nothing but these like New Year's New Beginnings. I have a ton of them. And I sent a few into CGC. The ones that weren't good shape, I'm probably going to list for sale to try to buy other things. But yeah, guys, that's a good one. I think that's kind of a cool one. I'm still to buy it for $20.
I'm curious why that was the only one that they kept on the reserve list. Do you think there's any reason for that?
good point. I bet New Year's New Beginning. I think that New Year's New Beginning is second edition, so it's kind of with its brethren up there. From 2020, not going to make it to the holiday. I bet this holiday's going to be 2021 and 2022. 2021 second edition, 2022 first edition. They're probably just continuing that trend. So again, pay attention to that. It's worth noting that if you are holding some 2021 first edition holiday cards, you're probably going to see a second edition come up this year. That's what it feels like they're saying. I don't see that as a huge investment right now, Matt. I don't see that as a big thing.
No,
I think there is an investment here on the 2021s, because if you didn't get the 2020 first editions, which were pretty limited, they're only going to have one copy of second edition. That's a big print run.
Right.
Whereas 2021's got the big print run of their first edition cards, and they're going to have a big print run of their second edition. So they're going to be flooded. This one's going to be that weird middle ground that's a little less printed than the other one. So if you're looking at something, look at the 2020 second editions. You can't afford the 2020 first editions, which I'm not in money. So 2020 second editions to me is kind of that sweet spot. Buy those up, especially when this next set comes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's just lower print rate.
And hopefully you were on our trading channel and you got the sets, because that's what we were doing on our Discord trading channel. So guys, join the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, hop in there. We talk about all sorts of stuff. And we do trades and stuff like that as well. And like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, guys.
Yes.
Okay. Did you guys do the all-inclusives?
What?
Not really.
The release medals, spellbook promo, playtester cards, convention promos. Which
the comic promos is an interesting one to me, gang. Those are the comic. So, all right, there's a card on the back of the comics you can cut out, right, gang? Like, so that's an interesting one to me. Like, I think the comic promos, because doesn't the second volume 2, chapter 2, print run 2 has that promo medal?
Yep.
It's just loose in there.
It's loose in there, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that. Look, you're looking for something to invest in cheap.
I have like three or four.
Get that. Well, that's a very good point, Doug. You could go get that promo card, and it's a loose promo card. You don't have to cut it out of the back like the first one. It's actually, so that's actually kind of a nice. Yeah, you could find a cheap comic. That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying. And then the other medals. So, I mean, that would make sense that they're not giving away original medals. So, there you go. I mean, look, the list is. It's not like a giant list, right? It's not like I'm saying anything crazy. But the Orifacts, I've been talking about them forever. I love them, and boom. You're listening to me, you're probably pretty pleased with the way the list looks right now.
So do you think there's any bump? So like some of these Comic-Con promos, like the Van Meter one, like is already super, like that's probably one of the most sought after ones. Do you see these bumping any of those any more than they already are? Because I feel like those were already kind of believed to be like, this is a one-time only. Maybe if they went back to that same place, like they would, I can't imagine they would have the same promo either way.
I think it just confirms it, right? It confirms their value.
It, right.
It could have tanked if they're like, yeah, we're going to do this every year. I legitimately think this confirms what everybody thought. It's like, hey, these are promos specific to the event. Because look, he was going to the moon, going to Mars, going on the ding bell was moving, right?
Right.
Or whatever, whoever was on there. So, yeah, man, I don't think it's going to hurt the value. I don't know that it's going to see a big bump because it's already assumed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I don't think, I don't think it even has anything like to play on it. I think it just has a number.
No, yeah.
It's like, call this number. Like, here you go. Are you interested in MetaZoo? Like, here you go. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything to play with those. But, yeah, I would say, the tribal theme deck. If you could do it, these ones.
Right. No, yeah, just to recap, if you're just popping in with us. Yeah, Mark.
Out of 30.
Like we said, those Crypto Nation ones, you can see do it. I mean, do it if you can. If you're looking for something like, hey, my collection is not complete, or you feel like you got some room to do some investments, some speculative investing, this is as good a list as any to look at.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so we did the reserve list. We talked about Walmart. Doug, do you want to move on to next, Knights and Summons?
Yeah, dude, let's do Knights and Summons real quick, because for those of us who got in the Knights and Summons Millionaire Gang.
So, we have a club, Doug. It's our Knights and Summons Millionaire F-35
Don't look at me. I don't
Ferrari
know
F1 yacht party club. Go ahead.
Dope. Sounds fantastic.
Sounds great.
It's a great name. No, but here's the thing, right? So they sent out their the backer survey or whatever, the backer kit, where you put your address and you know where to mail your shit. You know what? So those of you who signed up, we knew we were getting the LA Comic Con promo. Turns out we're getting them foiled, right? There's going to be some sort of foil that makes them special, limited to 100 copies. So you're getting that. You're getting whatever your tier was, right? So me and I only wanted that promo card, right? So I got that.
Same with us, yeah.
I got the promo, and then I bought some promo packs, some sample packs. So this is an interesting little thing we were talking about. It's like it's a Kickstarter, wasn't big, wasn't a lot of money, but they weren't doing anything crazy. They're just making kind of like a little game, collectible card game mixed with board game, right? And this is one of those things that they just they were trucking, and they just made it to their destination, right? And that's where we're at right now. They're going to send us our stuff. There weren't these big, grandiose plans. It was just to get in, get it done, and it looks like the game's going to be fun. And this is the type of little investment I like, Mark. There was nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just somebody out there just doing what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, and just kind of the build on it's not that it's just a board game. It's that it has these promo cards you were getting. It has these packs you could add on to it. There was something built into the game.
Yes.
It wasn't just, you weren't completely relying on the board game itself. It's kind of, you had these other cards that you could either hold on to or a quick flip or whatever you wanted to do with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of up to you. So that's kind of like, as I see some people like looking at other board games and stuff like that, and that's what I kind of look for, is there's got to be more to it.
Sure.
The other ones, I don't think there's money to be made, but if you're making an awesome board game, you should just be happy to play it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, dope. But yeah, so I like these. These are dope. I like the way the cards look, Mark. I think there's something here. I do. And look, I'm not going to sit and lie to you people. I spent $15 on my backing, right?
We backed it, but we're not deep. We're not.
Absolutely.
But that's the
I bought
joke.
a $7
And I think that's
promo
kind of
and then 3 packs for $5 each. So I'm in for
Right.
$25. Yeah.
Right. So this is like kind of the joke, though. Is like, yeah, the Knights and Summons Millionaire, yeah, whatever, gang. But this was something that was a small investment. Doesn't really affect me, but it's something that I like, and I think it could have legs. I think there's something here, and it's worth throwing. To me, it was worth throwing $5 at to get something back out of it, because I wanted to give it a chance, because I think there is something. I do. We'll wait, guys. But when these things start taking off and all these other like weird Kickstarter TCG start collapsing because of the craziness that goes on with them, I'll be right there with my Knights and Summons laughing.
So some of these like TCGs, like I think we compared this one and like Maelstrom to like penny stocks. Like you could put a little bit of money into it, and that money could turn into a really decent investment if it turns out to be anything. Mm-hmm. Whereas like bigger TCGs like MetaZoo, that's not investing in a penny stock. That's investing in something a little with more solid footing. Like that's not going anywhere. The return may not be as high, but your risk of losing money is considerably less. But like throwing $5 to $10 at something like this and just kind of like seeing where it goes, like what's the downside?
And I would caution people about the new Kickstarters and things like that. Like, are you going to invest several $100s? Just be careful of your limit, because I think we were talking through some other ones, and I was like, oh, would you guys buy in at 500? And I think initially maybe, and then talking through it for a minute, and we're like, no way, we wouldn't spend that much. 300 is kind of the top end of a Kickstarter for us, but
it depends what I'm getting for 500, right? If it's something that I was like, yo, this is awesome, I want in, it's limited, I got a chance here to jump into it, I think it has legs, I'd throw 500 at it. I wouldn't say necessarily that I've run into something like that. I don't know that exists. Maelstrom, I liked, but we'll talk about Maelstrom. You want to talk about Maelstrom now? We kind of just jump into it, right? Or do we just kind of want to...
One last thing I wanted to mention is they mentioned in Knights and Summons, out of 1,100 Kickstarter packs, 100 of them will have a randomly inserted golden dragon replacing the golden goblet. So it's just adding another thing to it.
Chase
so,
card.
Like it's one of those things, guys. Like if you are doing a Kickstarter or things like that, is you set the expectations low and you surprise people. And something like this, you keep on doing things like that. So
dude, I'm pleasantly surprised with this.
It's a smart way of... That's even how you do business. Set expectations low and surrise them with something. You're going to get that sale. Right?
Under promise, over deliver, Mark.
Well,
that's it, man. Boom.
No, it's actually like there's a science to something.
Yeah, there absolutely is.
Yeah.
Look. I'm pleasantly surprised with that. Knights and Summons has pleasantly surprised me. Yeah, there was a little delay in me getting my card, but I always thought it was because of the shipping. I'm like, there's no way a small company is going to be able to handle this shipping if they have to do it twice. Send me this, then send me my promo pack, then send me the gold dragon that I'm going to pull. Whatever. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
So here's I have Maelstrom up. So I know there's this was kind of an early game. It's getting a lot of love. So let's just kind of talk through it because I think people need an update on it because I think this is probably the one that's talked about probably most in our Discord. Like out of new games, maybe. I don't even know. I don't know if that's fair to say. I don't know.
I think Maelstrom, right? Like we're just going to briefly chat about Maelstrom. Maelstrom has gone completely opposite a lot of card games, right? Maelstrom seems to be exclusively almost catering to the investor collector. Everything's limited. Everything's going to be a promo run. You can add on all these different promos and things and all this other stuff, which is, I think, fantastic for me as like I enjoy that type of thing. Is it a point though, Matt, where everything kind of starts being limited that you're playing anyway? So does it matter? It's like when Topps came out with like every single color of refractor you could think of, plus another two that you couldn't think of.
Yeah.
It's just like there's so much limited nature to it that is it limited?
It's almost too limited. So I agree with you. I think there is a saturation point with rarity. Like if everything is rare, if there are all these different variations of rarity, then like I'm not going to use a Tedism where everything is rare, nothing special because it's rare, whatever. I personally do not like all these different variations of rarity. I like one or two, something little rare and something like
real
considerably
vanilla.
rare. Real rare, secret rare. I don't want 15 different versions of the same card, different levels of rarity. I don't like that because then it's confusing, especially if things aren't numbered. Then you don't know what's what, and it gets confusing and it gets just kind of like it kind of defeats the purpose. Personally,
I think it's going to be confusing. I do think that. I think there's going to be a lot of weird different rarities. I don't know what the actual secondary market for this is going to be because of all the strange rarities. Matt, it's like Pacific Invincible when we were kids. Like, there were weird colored cards that came out.
Silver,
you didn't
there
know
was
how
blue.
rare it is. I didn't know what the hell. Like, there was bronze, but there was also copper.
Yeah.
I'm not a metallurgist. I don't know the
that.
difference,
You
right?
tell.
So I was like, okay,
God.
great. This is going to be great. I don't want it to fall into that. I don't want it to go the Pacific Invincible route where you're getting all these things that I have to look in my price guide. I don't know what color that is. My multiplier is going to be. It's going to be one of those things where you're just like, okay, I hope the rarities aren't going to overwhelm everybody and make them just totally not interested because that's what happened to Pacific Invincible. Like the Electric Blue was a super rare card.
That 1996, I think is what it was.
1996 Pacific Invincible.
I love that set.
And the Electric Blue's fantastic looking card. People aren't even really interested in those because I think they just got overwhelmed with the rarity. And then, like I said, being able to tell the difference between copper and bronze and base and retail, and people were just over it. They're just like, nope.
Man,
I don't want this to go that route.
I wish people in our chat and our Discord cared more about sports cards. I'm not saying that people don't, but I would go like 10 minutes in on Pacific Invincible.
Well, we could do. Oh, jeez. We all owned a lot of that. Yeah.
I think
I had that Deion Sanders. I wish I still kept it.
There are a lot of people in our chat right now saying, like, look, it's like Modern Magic the Gathering who kind of went off the rails a little with this rarity, and you're going to need a spreadsheet to figure out what rarity you have, what it's worth, and all these other things. Yeah, I'm concerned about that. There's a going concern because there's a lot of it here at Maelstrom. There's like, is this like the glassware or something weird? I don't know. I'm not even going to research it too hard because I feel like it's going to overwhelm me. And I don't want to be overwhelmed. I have version 2 sample packs coming I'm happy about. I think those will make me a little money. I'm going to keep an eye on Maelstrom. I might back, I might not. I'm not feeling like I'm going to back right now just because I think the headache it's going to give me. I might do one just open on the show. I mean, I might do something to open.
We have the packs coming that we ordered directly from their website before the Kickstarter, and those I'm interested. All this, like the booster packs, yes, because of this crazy rarity chase. Besides that, I don't think this is a good set. Like I see a lot of love for it. I'm cautious about this. I really am. So it's kind of one of those. I just don't know. So it's kind of one of those. I don't see what makes this special besides they kind of
is it special because it's rare
early because of the failed Kickstarter, but I'm just the cheeky magician doesn't do it for me. I don't know. This is kind of one of those. I'm just not impressed by this game. So,
well, we'll see. Right, it could become a mess. We don't know. We're gonna have to keep our head on a swivel about this and just keep watching it. I'm eventually going to get to a point where if I can't in my head get to a space where I'm like, I'll be able to figure this out, I'll just tap out.
Oh, and the other thing, Doug, just to bring it up again, because I fucking hate it, and it just, I got to bring it up because it's Monday, and, this damn Koba thing is so stupid.
Okay.
And they have 1,600 backers of this, makes me want to get out. Makes me think, like, this is just something weird's going on. Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, I don't even know.
Dude, it's giving Koba like a foothold in Maelstrom. That concerns me a little bit, whereas like I don't want to be involved in a game where like Koba's the one everybody's going to. Like, let's get some fucking Kobas, man.
The fact that it's so high and it's 5 times the price of these lower ones doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, okay, never mind, because I was looking at international. Never mind. So 4,000 at the $10 one. And you got 1,600 at this $50. I'm just shocked by the number. It just seems high.
It's one of those things though. It's not like a value adder, right? I mean, it's not anything special. Like, I don't know. It's not going to do anything for me. I don't want it. I don't want it in my collection. I don't want to put it in my store to make people think that I'm down with Koba. I have nothing. Don't want to touch this.
I can't wait until I see these things on like eBay and just how terrible they sell.
Well, yeah, and isn't that going to kill the price? I mean, you're going to see these boxes go for like no sort of premium, and it's going to be like Koba graded, whatever, and everyone's going to be like, "What the fuck is that?" Like,
2 years from now, this isn't even going to exist.
Yeah,
Koba.
right. Because I really am thinking, just you think kind of macroeconomic times and stuff like that, guys. Like a lot of these Kickstarters aren't going to make it to a second edition, so. If you're thinking about spending a lot and you're gonna quick flip a lot, like that's tough to do.
Yeah, Mark, that's the thing though. Is like I'm not into any of these long term. I don't believe. Do I believe in anything? No. But that's the way to go about it.
Do I believe in anything? Come on, believe in something, man.
Circle? Doug, you believe in cash?
I believe in money. That's it. I'm not going to support any of these games and become a big ass fan. Like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I love this shit. No, I believe in taking it, getting my money, moving on to the next. Taking it, getting my money, moving on to the next. And just keep doing that. Yeah. I'm not going to be a long-term holder. I'm not going to be a guy who's sitting here trying to pump something that I have no interest in or that doesn't work for me. That's not my game. My game is make money and get out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just crazy to me. You have like, people, it's just, okay. Yeah, I've said my piece. We'll go ahead. What are you saying?
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm with you, Sal.
Well, I was gonna say that, like, going off Doug's point, where like the goal here is not to get into something and ride it until forever. At least for us specifically. Like, the goal is to get in, make money, get out, take that profit, roll it over to something else, make money, get out, roll that over to something else. Like that's essentially what we do.
Right. Don't fall in love, Matt. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love, get heartbroken, and lose all your money.
Fall in love with profit and then get out.
Exactly.
Fall in love with money, yeah.
And if you find yourself falling in love with that game, come here because we'll pull you out of it.
We'll punch your ass.
We'll tell you what that game really is.
We'll slap you around a little bit and say, stop buying all this shit, like, because it's not there. So
she's only gonna break your heart, pal.
Yeah, she's like, look at this. This is a shitty Piazza bird. I mean,
that's exactly. It's like,
I mean, Mike Piazza hit a grand slam and knocked this bird out. I mean,
that's the only Piazza I know. All right. So let's. Mark, let's move. Are we going to talk Funko now for a minute?
Let's talk Funko, guys. Let's move on because we asked Michael earlier if Nickelodeon is in Australia, and he said absolutely, it's big.
And Michael's got nine Funko redemptions.
9 Funkos, yeah.
Leader in the clubhouse, as far as I can tell.
I think so. I think it's a leader in the clubhouse. So
I'm really into these, Mark. Yeah, I'm really into these. This is making me feel good. These turning wax, or not necessarily, it could just be credit card money too if you just pull a redemption. But turning these NFTs into something physical, this is the dream. This is working for me. I'm pulling toys that people who collect Funkos have no idea how to pull. It is until we drop our video where we explain how to do it to everybody. But until we do that, this just seems like a market that's full of confusion, full of people being mad because they're confused, and an opportunity to make a lot. That's what I feel like we're looking at.
Absolutely, Doug. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. You know what? It's you have something that's already collectible, Funkos, and you're kind of, adding this additional layer to it, this NFT thing. So what it is, guys, for people new to it, is Funko does a pack drop through this company called Drop with 3 Ps, right? You can buy these packs with a credit card, and you're going to get NFTs. So here's the digital thing. So it's $5 or $10 for get 5 NFTs, or $30 to get 15 NFTs. So same amount, just one's big, one's small, right? 36 the standard, 12,000 of the premium. So bigger than the Popeye drop. That was the last NFT. But if you don't want to think of it in an NFT way, think of it as a raffle ticket. If you pull the correct NFT, you can exchange it for a physical Funko Pop. And we're going to scroll through the catalog. We'll catch up. We'll scroll back. But I just want to show you the physical Funkos. So this is a 2% chance to pull these. There's Tommy from Rugrats, who's wearing...
Tommy Pickles wearing some sort of outfit.
These are going to be fire.
Here's
These are
Hey
going to
Arnold.
This is hitting the right,
Arnold
these are
Shortman
right
is
pop
fine.
culture.
Yeah.
And guys, this is the best animation I've seen on these cards yet. So there's a lot going on in these cards. There's Chucky from Rugrats,
We think.
who's wearing some sort of fucking suit. Does anyone know why he's looking
I don't
like
remember.
Pepe
It has to be
Le
from the
Pew?
movie. Did you guys see the movie, the recent
No.
movie where they were superheroes? It has to be from that.
Oh, okay.
And if you guys could see, it has the sticker NFT release and the rarity,
The rarity. Yep.
which not everyone turns in the coin, so the rarity's even more rare than that. You have Ember McLean, which I don't...
Danny Phantom.
No, I didn't watch Danny Phantom and Vlad.
Yeah.
And then you have Freddy Funko, only 2,000 available, guys. The Popeye
Getting
had
slime, too.
3,900 available because they had a smaller... You have to complete the full royalty set. So that's Epic through Common, and there's only 2,000 available, so it's 100 cards. So it's a lot of cards.
That's a big rarity
You get
set.
one of each card, you get the Freddy Funko. So those are the physical Funkos you get. So if you just think of it as a raffle ticket, think of it that way. You could buy this with a credit card, and you can get an NFT that'll get you a physical Funko.
Well, it's not even just the raffle ticket. Like, you're getting the raffle ticket for the physical Funko, but you can also sell all the NFTs that you get out of the pack.
Yeah, so this is part 2. So guys, it's Apple Pay, Google Pay, and a credit card. So this isn't some weird, we want you to open up a MetaMask and do all these weird fucking things. No, we just want you to enter your goddamn credit information. So make a drop account. They're gonna pretty much just assign you a drop account, and they're gonna be like, your wallet will be assigned in your first purchase. Sure. So just hang tight. February 1st is gonna be your first purchase.
I mean, I think, for those of you who missed it, we're going to come out with a video how to do it. For those of you who know how to do it, I think, Mark, we need to break this one down. I really like this. I think that there is so much nostalgia. Like, you hear Nostalgic's the game, who wants a little nostalgia. This actually is bringing you nostalgia with this. Like, who doesn't remember some of these Nickelodeon characters? And I'm not just talking the Pops. Like, I like the Pops. That's really what I'm in it for. I don't give a shit about NFTs. But, Mark, I'm thinking you could get some cat dog. Look, cat dog.
Oh, Monster
Who
Cat
remembers
Dog,
cat dog?
Yeah,
I
Cat
love
Dog. They
Cat
have
Dog.
Wild Thornberries. Donnie. I didn't watch that show.
I didn't either.
These will be revealed,
is-
so don't worry, guys. Time to go.
Oh, Ham has 13 physical redemptions. Ham is the leader in the
13
clubhouse.
did
for,
too.
And
Hot
2 Hot
Wheels.
Wheels. I didn't get
Alright.
into the Hot Wheels yet.
So here's
Yeah.
Zim.
we talked about the Hot Wheels last week. Not what's that? What are we looking for?
Invader Zim and Real
Yeah.
Monsters. That's a show I used to watch.
Yeah.
Is Real Monsters. So that's something I'm really interested in. If they have some sort of one-on-one one, man, if I get that.
Mark, I think they're hitting the notes with this one. This one's not like Popeye and that other bullshit. Like
don't
the
shit
Flash
on
Gordon.
Popeye. I like Popeye too.
Don't shit on Popeye.
Look,
I
I'm
like
not.
Popeye, too.
I'm not. I'm just saying this is better. This is greater than Popeye.
This is better. Yeah, this is
things-
something we're aware of and had an understanding of.
And
Grew up
the
watching.
Wonder
Yeah,
Ones.
and watched.
And
I mean,
watched
do you guys remember Wiener's World on Nickelodeon? When I think got a Wiener's
I
World.
don't
guy.
know.
But I think this just points, guys, to this is successful, and we're going to see bigger and bigger things. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think, Like,
Mark, you talked about it, man. Talk a little bit about that 6% they're getting.
oh, so let's talk about why this is big to a company. Why would someone want to partner with the Funko and drop people and do all of this? Well, you go to the old Atomic Hub. So this is the second part of it. You don't have to do the NFT selling part, but you can if you'd like to. And you should, really. So they have something called the market fee. 6% for Funko. And to kind of show off what it does, you can just go to your inventory, whatever. Just pretend you're going to list one. And it'll say down here, there's the collection fee, the atomic fee, there's the tokenomics fee. So let's go through these. Tokenomics. That goes to the blockchain. They get 2%. The Atomic Hub. That's them. The people I'm selling on, they get 2%. Collection fee. The creators of the collection... The creators of a collection can configure a fee between 0 and 15% that they will receive every secondary market sale. So guys, this is forever. They will get 6%. The Funko people, whoever they're partnering with, whatever their deal is with the Nickelodeon, however they're passing the money through, I don't know. 6% every sale forever. So they're essentially creating like an eBay market, a market where they're getting a percent of every sale. They don't get that on eBay. They don't get these other spots. So this is a big freaking deal. This is why they want this, because this is a forever cash cow. I mean, yeah, the sales are going to slow down, but who knows? I mean, if it takes off, and maybe certain sets it'll take off. So
I think, Mark, that's the important part.
yeah,
is it's going to make them keep the ecosystem going.
This is cash flow. So I'm interested. Fourth quarter results for the Funko team, are they public? I don't know. I'll look into it. But if they are, I'll read about it. I'll tell you guys more and more. But they should talk about it if it's actually making them money. Because you start stacking it. I mean, how many Funko collections we got?
I think you got like 6 already, right?
Oh,
whoa.
9. Yeah.
I mean, you stack that to 30 collections, each making, a few grand a week. I mean, God, guys, we're talking big, forever cash money. Everybody wants subscriptions. That's why, Microsoft, like, they want your Xbox subscription. They want, your TVs, everything's a subscription because that's guaranteed cash flow. Everyone loves it. So expect more of this, guys.
Hell yeah, I watch Doug. I'd pay good money for a Skeeter NFT, Funko Pop. Mr. Dink, I'd watch Mr. I'd buy Mr. Dink.
You got a Skeeter?
Skeeter, Mr. Dink, Pork Chop, Roger Klotz, Patty Mayonnaise, the whole gang.
Yeah. Oh, Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the hots for Patty Mayonnaise.
Here it is, guys. It's Tuesday, 1 Central, 2 Eastern. And I'm sure,
I'm
like,
jazzed.
what happened last drop is they limited you to $60 per transaction, which was great.
I bet we'll see
that
the
that
same.
worked
I bet
out
we'll
great.
see the same.
So I expect that the same. You could just go repurchase over and over and over. And because it's a 100 set royalty set,
You're gonna need to buy a couple extra packs if you want that royalty.
just keep buying.
Well, yeah,
That's what
this
I
one's
did.
gonna
I
be
just kept
hard.
buying,
It's
guys.
gonna make it that much harder.
This
then,
is going to be a difficult set, Mark. Do they have the print run or the mint run of their epics? Because those are the ones that always trip you up. And let's see, click them to say how many.
Oh, bigger set, dude. 12.
So Popeye was what, 6 cards?
Yeah.
Is that right?
And here,
This is going to be this royalty one, or mastery as they like to call it. I'm telling you, this one is going to be hard to pull off, and it's going to be worth good money. I'm almost looking more towards the royalty for
Me too.
the
I think I am too.
Doug, look at
the
this. So we
Rugrats
have
one.
even lower, and it was a higher percent chance. So 8% at 6, and you have only a 6.67% chance at 12. So I mean,
Dude,
this is gonna be
yeah.
a total clusterfuck. So maybe people might price it like the Popeye one.
This
So
is
the
gonna be a
atomic
total
market might be the
clusterfuck.
place to go.
Do we think these drop? I don't know. That's a good question. Why these two drops are so close together? If that means that they're going to be more consistent going forward.
The Hammer,
I think
I think they are because Funko's finding partners. and they
it's
have
money
being
no
made, man.
problem. And Nickelodeon's big shit. Like Nickelodeon's Universal. Like you don't, right? Is that Universal?
No,
I mean, if it's
they're
in
no.
Australia.
No.
I guess it's
I
I
also.
think so. Like Universal theme
Oh, I thought
parks
you
have
meant-
Nickelodeon.
No,
and stuff.
Nickelodeon's CBS. They're
Is that Viacom?
Paramount, Viacom. There you go. Boom. Viacom.
That's Nickelodeon. Okay. Yeah.
103 for royalty?
103. Yeah, 103 for royalty. So yeah. So whatever. It's connected to a major studio, so everyone knows Nickelodeon. I mean, it's just big. So. And if they're partnering with those big names, guys, there's big names down the road too. That's
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to slow up. I think we're going to see one a month, maybe one every 3 weeks. I mean, shit, they're making money one every 2 weeks. They're
But
gonna
that's
take
going to
all our
be
money.
so. My concern with that is going to eventually be they're flooding the market with these are people going to care about them, which is going to bring me back to the earlier sets where I'm like, these guys, these OGs, they're going to be the one people are going to start looking to because I think they're going to make these sets bigger and bigger, the runs bigger and bigger, the redemptions bigger and bigger. I mean, they maybe start giving out 5,000-6,000 pops per one, and then eventually it's going to just be like a regular ass Funko drop.
Yeah, it's good. The rare. Yeah. Once they start mass producing them to a higher extent, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be
Yeah.
sought after.
So I think it's going to be something to keep an eye on. I don't think these are going to stay limited, Mark. Like you said, I think they like money. I think they also they got to find a way. You know, as an economist, right? Somebody who's degrees in economics, I would tell you they have to find that sweet spot that's just going to be good for the collector, good for them, keep a healthy marketplace going, Overprinting them is not going to be the way to do it, but
No.
people always drill stuff until it runs out. So
I think what they're doing now is kind of a good idea. I think this Nickelodeon print run is one of their bigger ones because it's much bigger than Popeye. So, maybe the Popeye run is probably the more appropriate one where you're only doing a few characters at kind of a rarity instead of like 6. But we'll see it. Yeah. I think but the Bob Ross one's a great set. I think Star Trek, all of that stuff is something that
they have deals with a lot of people for like their physical stuff, right? Like if they ever found a way to get into like the NBA, because they have NBA Funkos, to get the NBA Funkos online redemption somehow with the NFTs, which I doubt could happen because Top Shot and all the licensing deals, especially with Fanatics. But something like that, where you have a roster of characters, in this case NBA players who are super well known, who people might even want a physical Funko of each one of the characters, that's going to be the next step for them, I think. I think there's going to be one where it's like, there's 100 different Popeyes. Collect them all to get your one Popeye pop. And crazy shit's going to happen. So there's ways for this to expand, too, without necessarily making gigantic print runs of single guys, whereas they can make small runs of multiples.
Yeah, and Wax makes it very easy. It's not like you're not paying a gas every transaction. It's kind of you're setting it, and it's really the seller who's paying it. So the buyer, you're kind of chilling. And just one thing I wanted to point out, because obviously you were paying attention, Bitcoin took a dive, and all the coins took a dive. We looked this up Friday. So this is the exchangeable Popeye one. It was $220 Friday. The lowest one's $212, and there's only one of them, and then it goes right above $220. So when the coin drops, I think people still realize these are exchangeable for physical, so these kind of hold value pretty well so far. I mean, this could obviously change, but the Grail one at least, obviously people do not like Flash Gordon as much. But who's always around $50. So
what's that?
Mark, let me ask you this
Bluto
though.
was around. Bluto's fallen. Bluto was over 60. Now he's 56. Okay.
Mark, do you think that more has to do with the coin being or the value being stable due to the Funko, or do you think people who use Atomic Hub are more likely to list their prices in USD?
I think people now know USD because of the the craziness.
Right.
But there's still people new to the market. There's people who don't care. Because I have certain things that I don't really care about. There's some common low cards I'm just trying to get rid of that whatever. I'm just going to let it ride and I'll just follow it. But I think there's a lot of people that, because what we're talking, guys, if you list it in wax, I mean, obviously the wax price changes. If you list it in US dollars, you just ride in inflation. So that's, 6% over a year, which is a lot less than whatever.
Yeah, one thing I noticed when I went to list some of my extras left over in my inventory from previous releases is that you can mass list multiple cards at once, but when you do that, it lists them all by default in wax as opposed to US dollars. So if you want to list them all individually, you can list them by US dollars, but if you mass list them, like click a bunch in your inventory and list them all together, and you want to undercut the lowest price available, it automatically lists it in wax, which is kind of the downside. But like Mark said, if it's kind of like a bunch of crappy cards and it's a difference between 13 cents and 15 cents, who cares? But I would not list any of your big cards in wax. I would always list them in US dollars personally.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. That's a good tip.
And here's the packs and stuff. We're just kind of scrolling through. They'll fill this in they'll show more cards as time goes on. So.
Yeah, man, coming up soon though. That's the Mark. They got a week.
Exactly. So, guys, should I do a live buy along again? Probably. I'll probably do a live buy along just because it's simple. We'll just kind of talk about it because maybe there might be some new people to it. Because because
we're gonna have that video, Mark. We're gonna have our. Yeah, absolutely.
The drop part of it is simple, but if you want to start selling on wax, then things get more difficult. So.
You queue people up and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So here it is. We'll talk more Friday, really. That'll be Monday.
We'll talk
the last show before the drop. We'll really get into it then, because give these Popeye another week of sales and stuff like that. I'm just I'm curious what Bitcoin's going to do over the next few days too. Like I just don't know, or because all these coins kind of ride the same. So
yeah,
if it goes down, the wax goes down. I mean that's kind of how it works. So.
Yeah, that'll be a good show. That'll be worth paying attention to Monday and watch.
Yeah.
Tuesday, see how it goes. Because that's live information really in front of you. Seeing, how is the drop going for someone else? Like, are they able to buy? Am I able to buy that stuff? There was a drop this weekend, guys, with UFC. I don't know if you guys had a chance to witness it.
How'd that go for you?
Well, okay, so I got in it. I didn't pay attention to my number. It skipped me and it put me back in line. And I went back up, and it obviously moved me back through the line again. And when I went to buy, there were still 70,000 packs left of the UFC stuff. So I said no. I was like, nope, not for $50 a pack, and we've gone through the line basically twice.
If that many people are passing on it, you don't want to buy it.
Yeah. So who's buying these things? Like, not me.
No,
After I saw nobody else's, I kind of
think,
followed the trend. I was like, no, let the big dogs just buy it, or the weirdos.
Yeah, because they ruined Top Shot. You know how they did it with all these different sort of points and sets you needed to have just to get into a drop.
Right.
And you're like, I just want to buy a fucking pack. Like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. And you're like, oh no, you got to spend $1,000 on bullshit to get into this pack. It's like,
I know.
Wait, I got to spend money just to spend more money. Wait a second, guys. Like
it's a weird closed.
That's
club.
not right. Like,
But what they don't realize is people don't want in. Like, they made their club so tight knit that people aren't clamoring to get in and trying to buy all the stuff to get in. People are just like, okay, weirdos, enjoy your pictures of basketball players, and they moved on. Like, they totally miscalculated how popular they were going to be, or how popular they were with people who weren't their echo chamber. Like, they just missed that. They just missed the boat, and that's one of those things you got to be careful of. Not just we're talking NFTs, but talking about anything. You can't overestimate how popular you are and start trying to keep people out of your game, because what ends up happening is they're just like, I'm fine, I don't really care. It's one of those things.
They'll show them at like a suite at a Wizards game, and it's like, no one goes to a Wizards game. It's like, who gives a shit? It's like, great, you got a suite at a crappy game. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? Like, way to go, guys. I mean, I don't even know. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was one of those things, man. It was one of those things where you just had to, I don't know, they fucked that up. And I think they're going to fuck up UFC, because that $50 price point was I was curious. I have all this Dapper money, so I was curious. I was like, well, let me see. If it's flying off, I'll buy one and try to flip it. But there's no marketplace either, so I don't know where the hell I would sell it, but whatever.
And one of these side things, and it's kind of sad to bring up, but it's the truth, is UFC said all the proceeds will go to the fighters for these NFTs. So I don't think UFC cares about promoting this shit. They're like, whatever.
No.
Good luck. You fighters have to fucking figure
You promote
it out. Which is just bullshit. I mean, just more of just kind of like, you gave them a shit product, and they got to promote this. Like, come on, like, people are gonna get upset when it's like, yo, I bought your card for $50, it's worth $10. And be like, well,
I agree with
go
Bert.
get it graded at
Top
Copa.
Shot.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's gonna be fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
People are gonna get upset.
But Bert's right. Top Shot pulled the ultimate cheddar bomb. They had something going, and they shot themselves. And it sunk their credibility for everything else too. Like the UFC, I'm not really interested in working with them on after seeing that drop, and apparently not a lot of people are either. So I don't know how they're going to pull out of that. Probably not. It's probably one of those things that's going to be one of those fads that's going to disappear.
Absolutely, and people are going to be spending a lot of money, and it's going to disappear probably pretty quickly. I think that's one of those markets like that. It's going to disappear a lot quicker than a cardboard market or something. Where it's like you could actually hold your Kobe rookie, or you could have some dunk championship guy doing an assist.
J.R. Ryder.
I don't know.
Oh, whoa! Give me some J.R. Ryder dunks.
I don't know, some crap.
I'm in.
I'm just saying, it's just, I don't know. I don't think that's going to last, and I think there's going to be a lot of just money out of the system after that. So.
Well, Mark, that goes for a lot of things, though. You know what's funny is, like, never thought MP3 players would go away. Never thought Tom GPS would go away, but they all did.
Well, there you go. Yeah, right? Exactly.
Weird stuff disappears. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be winners and losers in the NFT market, or there's got to be more to it. I mean, it's simple as that. And to have it be like a collector's club thing, it's like, well, that's just not something I don't think people are interested in. So, so last part, Doug, I just want to mention Mars, because I know you love Mars.
Yeah, man. I love being on Mars. Those are the best.
More than anybody, probably.
So Mars we'll talk about staking on Thursday. So what staking is you're going to be able to set aside your Marisha token. Here's my Marisha token in the top left, 1,800 token, guys. I'm holding on to almost $2,000 a token. You set it aside for a certain amount of time, saying I'm not going to touch it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever, and you will get some sort of bonus. You will get other cards. You will get more token. You will get a chance of getting an NFT. All of these certain things. So this will come out Thursday, the details of it. And whenever these sort of things happen, usually news makes a little bump in the market. So just something to keep an eye on.
Can I see what the price of crates are, Mark?
This is where I dump my extra NFT money. So this is kind of like my in-between. I do have a little bit of a balance built up, but, I don't know what to say about a lot of these play to earn things, except for just be careful. Don't spend a crazy amount of money.
Oh, went down a little bit. Maybe time to buy.
With your extra cash in between these drops, I don't see why not put them to work in between the Funko drops. So why not? So, I mean, under $2, I would probably buy one, right?
Why not? Isn't that what everyone's here for?
I'm here for that, Mark.
I never got into it. Now I feel like I should just buy the 15 crates and do it.
Well, Mark's in. Mark's already doing it for you.
Well,
you can live through Mark.
This
is nothing. This is
just for fun.
This is a normal Monday night for Mark.
Blowing off a little steam.
Like I had a good day at work and stuff. Like maybe I should.
You owe it to yourself.
I should treat myself a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you
Treat
need that
yourself,
little pick me up every day. You know, hey, that was $2, guys. $2. Look at this. Turn it up.
I'd pay $2 just for the animation. Mm-hmm. It's like a movie. Mission 3.
I mean,
1
I
and
feel
2 failed.
Pull
Okay.
something good, Mark.
It's gonna be gold.
You gonna pull female botanist?
Gold.
Dark matter. Let's go.
Gold.
Give me
Oh, dark matter would be huge.
give me a female botanist.
Oh, comment.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
there you
shadow.
go.
There we go.
Okay, at least we
that
got
to
one
work for
No
you.
shadow.
female botanist though.
At least we got one shadow.
I didn't get what I wanted.
Buy 20 and rip. There you go. There you go, Bert. I'm with you.
By 20 in a rep. But there you go. Colonize Mars. So that's kind of what I do in between the Funko drops. And if people are saying kind of like, oh, do you expect to do something with this game? Do you expect to make waves in this game? Absolutely not, guys. This is more just kind of, I have a little fun with it. I've been, like I said, like I spent $50 to begin with. I bought $40 worth of packs and maybe spent $10 on just nonsense. And I just started mining token and getting these packs through tokens. So I build on build on build. I have these things kind of built up now. And one day, I'm going to
sell it all.
I'm going to sell it all. And, I'm going to tell you guys after it happens. It's going to just, kind of be, guys, I sold one in Mars. This Funko drop I really believe in. Or this, something where I get something physical, something like that, I think is really what's going to push me to sell them all one day. And then I'll move on to that.
You give up your whole Mars company, huh?
And be like, guys, hey, I made $5,000 on my thing. I'm moving on, blah, 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 peace. And I don't think I'm going to ride it to the end, but, some people might, and they'll be laughing at me when Wax takes off as the #1 token of all time. And one thing Wax did to flex, because they said, hey, we're the #1 token of all time, fuck all these haters. If you had there were 10 million Wax account signups, so they gave everyone a coin. If you were one of the first million accounts, this is the coin you got. So me, Doug, and Matt are all one of the first million Wax accounts. So that's our little flex here. We've been doing it for a while, so we've made our mistakes.
26
so.
people burned them, huh? 26 people like, fuck it. Fuck your coin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really it's not worth much or anything like that. It's just a flex. I mean, that's all it is. It's one of those things you can make NFTs, your Twitter picture and things like that. So I can make that my Twitter profile. Mm-hmm. I can make it the male botanist. Or Matt wants me to make it the female
botanist, yeah.
Or female
botanist, yeah.
You can make that your Twitter profile, all that sort of dumb stuff. But just to kind of point out the thing, like if you are buying the Funko things and you want to get into this other side of it, it exists. And that's kind of that. And it's very easy, and I wouldn't say very easy, but very easy to navigate Atomic.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Dope, man.
Is it too late for me to get in, Mark?
No.
No,
Never
I don't
tried to
think
rip
so,
breaks.
because I think this is still, you're right. Okay. We're getting to the point where you will be too late.
I know.
So like kind of like get on board like in these next couple months or just
Well, I was going to
pass
say like
on
next
it.
couple of days.
Yeah, the staking things are going to be a deal, but what I think they're going to do is they're going to do a staking, and then they're going to do like a pack drop. So people are going to have their money staked during a drop, and people will be annoyed. And, I don't know, maybe not.
Mark, you going to rip another crate or what? What are we doing?
Shit, why not?
Yeah, give the people what they
There
want.
we go. Give the people what they
That's
want.
the only
They
reason
need to just
they're
rip
here.
shit. Yeah, they're not even watching this.
They
They're
don't
just
even
watching
care to
Mark.
listen to me. They just want to see Mark open crates.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even need to be here today.
I
Mark
could just
some
go
crates.
home. It doesn't even matter.
Wow, $1.97.
I'm actually here to watch Mark open crates
Me
myself.
too. That's the only reason I came.
They could open
Yeah.
for a while. Okay. All right.
They can open for a while.
All right.
Now we're pushing.
They announced
All
staking.
right,
I
fine.
said it's going to go up. Every time they do an announcement, it goes up. So I'm like not joking about that. I do expect these to get a bump when they do stake.
Well, then let's get some fucking. Let's do it, man.
But we want
Ownership
dark
or
matter
dark matter,
gold
right?
ownership. Henwich, where you at? What's the box I gotta buy for ownership still? I think those are like $50 boxes. You can't get them cheap.
They're gonna sell me for more crates, maybe potentially. I mean,
Anything's for sale at this point.
Yeah, I just sponsored by. I don't even know. It's just some company I don't want to be sponsored by.
Pepsi. You're sponsored by Pepsi.
I don't mind Pepsi. I'm okay with Pepsi.
Budweiser.
Sponsored by Budweiser. Bud
I'm alright with Budweiser. It'd be some IPA. If I'm sponsored by an IPA, I'd be disappointed.
Ooh, oh!
There we go. What was that, silver?
Whoa.
Stainless
Was that
steel.
stainless?
Steel?
Stainless.
Stainless. Oh,
Stainless
man.
steel's a good one. All right. Well, you know what, guys? This is fun, but you know what? Let's put a little skin in the game. Let's get a little hardcore. So.
What are we doing?
Whoa, what's going on here?
What we're gonna do?
no.
Is Mark gonna combine these things?
Yeah.
This
so
didn't feel
we
super
have
cool.
2 of
Whoa.
these communication arrays at gold. So let's go buy a gold communication array.
Whoa!
And let's go have it fail on us, and we'll all be sad.
I noticed the viewer numbers go down because they're afraid. I think they were like,
I
no.
don't think they got.
They feel left out.
They're like, I can't look at this. I can't see Mark sacrifice
Can
these
you
gold
believe
cards.
he's doing this? This is too much.
They're like, can you believe they had to log
Whoa,
off
Mark,
and call
those
all
are
their
expensive.
friends on their dial-up internet.
Well,
Oh, there we go. That's much more reasonable.
That's a reasonable move, Mark.
$15 for a communication.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna make it dark matter, so don't you even worry.
God, I hope so.
So this is a little skin in the game here, Doug.
Mark creates mortgage house. Oh, Steven, I don't trust Steven's advice.
So how it works is you do.
Grab some mortgage.
Oh no,
No.
that's a lie.
Mark, would you buy the wrong one?
No, it's a lie.
The cake is a lie?
Cake's not a lie.
Just let it refresh.
There we go.
Did you lose some? What happened here?
No, it's part of the thing. It's just a little slow.
Mark got swindled. He bought a fake gold.
Like you'll see it here.
Oh my God, I love it. I love everything.
There we go.
So it's
I
there,
love
but you
everything
just
that's
got to give it a
happening.
second. So just don't.
A little
rush
warm
it,
up. Yeah.
You know.
You know what I found works for me?
They get off because it gets less great. There's no way he's going to open another one. I got to get out of here.
There's no way. I gotta go. I'm done. But then he keeps going. Mark doesn't stop. If you've been with us, like sometimes these polls turns into like 47.
All right, guys. So we're going for dark matter here, guys. I've already done this and got screwed. All right. So
This would be really bad
Should
if
we
it doesn't
Mark,
work for you, Mark.
Should we switch this over to your Twitch channel? Let's just Twitch it. People know we're
all right,
playing
you guys
now.
ready? Here we go.
Now we're playing for real.
All right.
All right, here we
playing
go.
for
Let's
real.
go.
This is real. Do it. All right. Come on. Dark matter time.
I love when Mark like rubs his head. Here we go.
All right. Here it comes.
Oh man.
Up,
Headphones.
up, up.
Yeah!
Hey!
Yeah!
So
Yeah. There's one for us.
that's one for the good guys there.
One for the small guys. The little guys are doing it now.
There's dark matter, so I'm gonna be mining more Marisha token. And that's pretty much how the mining stuff works. So this is what I do in between my my fun times with Funkos, and it is a good time. You know, there's no doubt about it. Do you guys want to do a few more?
Why
That's
not?
a trick
We're here.
question.
I mean, where am I
Here we
going?
go.
Oh,
All right, guys, let's go. You're hoping for a shadow.
unless it's Groundhog Day.
Ooh, you get two, right?
I don't want any shadows.
No, this isn't a good
So
time.
do you mind with the NFTs? Yeah, the NFTs earn him.
Yes.
Earn him Marisha.
So all of these cards show up here. So if I go to my profile and refresh, oh no, there it is.
Wow.
Whoa.
You're the richest guy on Mars, Mark.
Nope. Yeah.
Maybe. Well,
Kato, here you go. No, if you go to profile, there it is. Is the 465. That's my
Look at that power, Mark.
newest. Oh, so here we go, guys. We want a shadow. Oh no, I failed. So they gave me my cards back, except -1.
That was nice of him.
No, they took one away.
What could be worse?
One got
Could
burnt.
have just kept him. Yeah,
But you know what?
Oh,
We
extra.
could
Do it
just
again. Do it again.
It's like the program. They keep it until Mark knows what he's, until he's ready to handle it.
So we're not going to screw this one up, guys, right?
We
so
may.
hopefully this turns into a shadow. And then we're good.
Now we're ready.
No.
Oh no! Oh, for
You
the
only get
century.
4 back, Mark. 5. Sorry.
5. Yeah, so we get 5 of these back, and I think I don't have any more.
They
so,
really they fucked you. You know that's.
But this is how you watch somebody just spiral. Nah, this. Okay, we'll do it. No,
This is always
There
how
we
it
go.
starts.
There we go. We'll do it this time. We're gonna do it this time.
This,
That's fine.
it's like watching someone play blackjack. Like, we're just
Yeah.
make another 3
Look what
hands now.
happened. Give me another.
Yeah,
Give me
are you
another.
sitting here?
Give me
Can
another.
I play this? Double down. It's
Double down.
Double my bet. What are we doing here?
Split
Huh?
these kings.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This is what people are here
Mega
for.
Power.
This is the big stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mega
we
Power,
do.
Hogan and Macho Man Savage.
Oh,
Oh, here we go again. What are we doing?
we're upgrading the Mega Power reactors.
Nice.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh no, the Mega Powers.
Maybe.
Macho Man.
I don't feel like we're.
Hulk Hogan.
We're not.
Oh no!
So the failure rate is really only like 25% or something. So to go, so to beat this.
So Mark's due. So
Are
Mark's
they
due to get
punishing
a
you?
hot streak right now.
Is it possible?
No,
you
he's
did
due for a
something
hot
else
I'm
streak.
like that?
glad I did the big one first, because if I screwed that one, I would have been sad.
Oh, I don't think Mark's had anything left, man. Oh, I lied.
Think again, Doug. You kidding me? I was buying packs a couple weeks
Are
ago.
you kidding
I was
me?
buying packs this week, and I didn't do any burning recently. So this is all our crafting, as they say.
Okay, well, this is good. This is going very well.
Again, I failed,
No.
guys. This is fucking ridiculous, bro. What the fuck is going
I mean, all
on?
those female doctors, though. Never have too many of those.
Well,
Well, he lost
God. Like, this is not like we got a statistician,
This, Mark, this is.
out there.
You ever walk away from a table? You ever just say, you know what? Maybe not. it's
No,
not my
you
day
play
right
through it.
No, Doug, you do.
You play through it.
now. You're due. All it's telling me is I'm due. All it's telling me now is I got to
You
start
know what?
doubling up.
Probably it's because we're done with this rarity. Probably.
Yeah,
Like,
they
let's go.
know.
Get rid of that. Get that out of there. That's garbage. What were we even
No,
doing?
we
with
don't
that?
have enough anybody.
Nope.
No. Okay,
Or-
let's go check our
maybe.
male doctors real quick.
Go buy some more. What are we even doing here?
How many of you we got? Oh, only 4 of you. Sorry. No, we'll buy more next time.
Yeah,
we
that's
don't.
fine.
We don't need to get crazier.
No, we don't.
I already failed enough here. I mean, this was ridiculous. This was something was going on. I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't even post this on YouTube. We don't need to see people fail.
4 in a
See-
row.
see-
How much
see
you
failed as much.
failed 4 in a row? I mean, then this is ridiculous, dude. So 4 in a row, I think would be like a 5-sided dice. You roll in the same number 4 times in a row.
5-sided dice. I've never even heard of or seen.
Well, whatever. Something you get 20% of the time, you're getting it 5 times in a row, I think.
Yeah, the math checks out.
Which I think is hard. Okay, so there we go. I'm done crafting. There we go, guys. And
All right, guys.
now-
That was a fun show today. Hope everybody enjoyed everything we just saw right there. Mark,
I love
are you,
it.
are you throwing your guys to putting them to work, or what's going on here?
I'm just happy I got that.
Robert, don't leave. Mark's gonna open more crates.
I'm happy I got the good one.
I don't think he is. I think he's no more crates amount. That's the numbers are going to just disappear.
Yeah,
It's over
absolutely.
now.
No more crates out. But guys, no, absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. We did talk about the reserve list, so check it out. We mentioned the theme decks where you can get the reverse hollow, the full hollow, or just the plain nothing. I mean,
Plain old nothing.
plain old nothing of those cards. I think that's an awesome find on those. Other ones, just keep an eye on. Knights and Summons, they came out with their update. Doug, anything to say about Knights and Summons? I mean, that was your find.
No, I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed up about the Knights and Summons gang. I feel like over my expectations by so much. I don't even. I'm waiting to get the cards in my hand because if they come out and feel kind of like notebook paper, I might be pissed. But for the most part, yeah, I'm very pleased. Very pleased. We'll see how this game turns out.
Absolutely.
Mango,
no,
mango.
I'm with you 100%. I'm excited to see how it turns out. And then we have our Funko digital drop coming out a week from tomorrow. So check it out. And Nickelodeon is in Australia. It's always big. Universal. So all you guys know about this stuff. Hopefully you guys were fans of Rocko's Modern Life back in the day. I don't know.
I didn't get into it.
I
personally.
was. It was a wallaby and,
Yeah, it was
and a
a
heifer.
wallaby,
Man,
What was her name?
No, the heifer's name was Heifer.
Oh.
The cow's name was Heifer. Whatever.
I think he was a guy though, right?
He was a guy. Yeah.
Joke's on me then.
Well, that's kind of. No, I don't know. And what was the turtle's name?
Oh shoot, that's a good one. I don't
Like
remember.
Clyde or something. I don't know.
I didn't. Doug, you watched that too?
Yeah,
No, Rocko's Modern Life
Yeah.
was awesome, bro.
I must have missed that one.
Rocko's Modern Life was an underrated. Well, they came out with a modern revival too many years ago.
Yeah, they did.
So-
Yeah, no, it was big time. So yeah, guys,
It was
Nickelodeon,
big time.
We'll talk about it more a week from now. But again, it's credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay. This is legit. So
Yep.
it's Funko. It's a limited edition Funko. So it's something to look at. If you want to get into this sort of stuff. And yeah, I think that's about all I got. Doug, got anything else?
No, man. Hey, have a good Monday, Tuesday. See you
Absolutely.
Wednesday.
Matt, you got anything?
Hello to our friends in Australia.
Hello to our friends in Australia. Hello to everyone internationally. And as
All our international friends,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And as we always say to end the show, guys,
Pull
the big
one.
one. All right, peace. And Doug, you'll be back Wednesday?
Yep. I'll probably be back
Doug
Wednesday. Bye,
in
guys.
studio Wednesday.
Oh,
Get
boy.
ready,
Big
guys.
show.
Big show.
Welcome to the big show.
Return.
Hold on. It's going to be